Back to work here. Got work to do. Um, Sleep. Sleep is a very good and wonderful thing. When you can sleep, you can, recover from the next day, continue the beauty of the life of sacrifice. That means you have good shelter, you have good fellowship, good healthy sleep is one of the most, rest, discussed in the book of Revelation numerous times, right? Is very important. And so, when you're sitting there looking at, understandings, old Bobby Schuller over there talking about all that stuff that the wackadoodles that call themselves, Jews, our Lord is God. It's like, no, that's Roman. It's in the Bible. I can take Romans and turn them into better Hebrews than Hebrews, but consequently, the Romans will take Hebrews and turn them into better Romans than Romans. And they write down the book, and everybody reads the book, and the word is no longer flesh. It's magic in the sky, waiting for the right day to come down and kill everybody you don't like. So your Lord is God, right? And then Benjamin Netanyahu, new, and Vladimir Putin and XI and all those kind of assholes, manipulate, and then you get bullshit, and then you got anti-Semitism. You got a bunch of people in conflict over what they need because they want to, is what you have. Okay. You don't have racism, you don't have anti-Semitism, you don't have sexism. You got a bunch of manipulative, aggressive assholes making commercials with some guy with a moving, a puppet wall at Geico. Yeah, it makes sense. But you're just surrounded by a bunch of idiotic, psychotic, selfish, narcissistic, bad brain, and the relative brain activity, like the 100th monkey syndrome and stuff, isn't going to get better if we're not applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer. Okay. It's not going to get better. These people are not going to get better. They're already psychotic, aggressive, violent, and selfish. Okay. Typically, when you get up to leave somewhere, if you migrate to a nice spot to live, right, and you have everything you need within a small radius, right, because it's a real good spot, right. Typically, the only time you have to migrate away from the spot is when things aren't working good in the spot. And then you have to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong in the spot, right? Why come that ain't happening right no more? Now, there are certain geographical changes and things that happened, like if Vesuvius is going to go, you put in for a change of address and you move, and, maybe you could come back later, but, living under a volcano can be treacherous, especially a big active one that can really crack a toe on your ass, when there's global movements. Right. And so then they had this thing on YouTube today. Every 100,000 years we go into an ice age. That's so the planet Earth can maintain the balance in the orbits around the Earth to maintain the balance for the sun and the planets and everything to keep it, working right. And right now, what we're doing is trying to circumvent that and say, here's what's happening naturally, which is complete bullshit. Okay. We need the poles to stay the poles. We unlike dinosaurs and other critters that hunt and instinct and all that stuff, there's old Perry Clark. Yeah, I met him outside the Pan Am when he was coaching Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, I met him and his kids. But he's calling the UAB Tulane game. He must not be coaching Rio Grande Valley no more, obviously. Okay. So it's a vicious business, very selfish and vicious business. It's miserable to be in. You haven't enjoyed basketball till you live the Lord's Prayer first. You haven't really enjoyed anything on planet Earth till you've lived the Lord's Prayer first worldwide. You have moments, little tiny pockets of tender love and care, and then here comes the marauding, hey, I want your shit. Hey, I got bored. Hey, all the narcissistic, selfish, disgusting things that people do. And you look in these kids' faces on the basketball teams and stuff like that, and on the football teams, and the gyrations and the this and that, and a lot of them are just like their mean little fucking raping and marauding ancestors that I had to fucking look them in the eye and say, hey, you come here, play nice, worship Jehovah, I'll cut your fucking head off. I don't care if you got a bigger dick than me. I don't care if you're bigger than me. I'm gonna have to cut your fucking head off. I don't want to cut your fucking head off. I want you to be a friend and come on, Goliath, let's do this. No, okay. You're under no obligation to be a righteous person because you can do whatever you want as long as you can get away with it. If you're a geeky pervert scientist that get into everybody's bedroom and end up get plastic surgery and having sex with girls they didn't have sex with for hundreds of thousands of years because they didn't deserve to have sex with those girls because the girls were like, you're a pervert, you're pathetic, you're disgusting, and you're selfish, and you screw around. But women can be just as bad. You know, we have the anthropology evidence, according to Richard Dawkins and other said experts and stuff, that, you know, they had sex cult activities, and the women who were in the top of the sex cult activities became, you know, the person that, oh, everybody dressed like Nefertiti. Oh, yeah, Nefertiti. Everybody dressed like Nefertiti. You know, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to put in beads and extensions and long nails. And, you know, remember old Lauryn Hill? Hair weaves like Europeans and nails like Koreans. It's like, oh, yeah, that Nefertiti. See, you just go look at the women in Egypt, right? And so you got to understand vanity is as vanity does. When someone claims to be more righteous and more natural, and then they just get in a tribe for fuck money, they ain't much, you know, that apple ain't falling far from the tree from what it be for a long ass motherfucking time, right? And if they get upset when you say that to them, well, then stand up and be like Ruth and Esther, or shut the fuck up. Put up or shut up. There you go. Okay. Otherwise, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't care if you are my cousin's son's wife. What's that got to? You've got money. What's your money got to do with me? You got money. What's your money got to do with me? I said, forgive it. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, right? Right. Okay. So, you know who's the Lord, and I'm not God. The Lord never says he's Jehovah, and anybody who says that is a Roman. Okay. And if you can't be a Hebrew and stand up for the Lord's Prayer, please try to shut the fuck up, or technology is going to have to find a way to kill you in genocidal programs that we're obviously still in, because you listen to Bobby Schuller talking. It's like, they getting programmed, y'all. For what you got. We can program people like we're programming a video game. We can't get them to do anything they want to do. That's how they are. They're brain chemical addicts. They feel powerful when they manipulate people to have them dancing around to Grammarly commercials. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, it's very fucked up. What do you want? I'm not condensating. You're condensating, right? They're assholes. God, and most of you are assholes too, so you don't understand. And then if I say something and point it out, hey, he's picking on my group, like me and Brian Hall, when we used to do political social satire jokes in the service, it was always funny till we got to them. You know, hey, let's do Buffy and Jody again. Do that. Do hillbilly West Virginia rednecks. What happened on that? What about Strictly Nigga? Oh, hey, Strictly Nigga, that ain't right. Hey, you're talking about my cousin. That's my mama. Okay, your mama's Strictly Nigga. Okay, well, they get mad. How dare you? Parsons said nigger. Well, he's marrying a black girl. I'm Brian's nigga, man. Okay, yes, I am. Toss it to me and Anthony Gaines and Brian Hall and a bunch of my good family. It's a term of endearment. You have to earn it. You know, like when Anthony Gaines pressed John Savage in the test, I said, why'd you have to question his widow's sternum like that? You hit the widow, but he just, but Parsons, you call Parsons nigger, he's your nigger. Yeah. Parsons earned that. You didn't earn that. You gonna go tell the principal I punched you in the sternum because you called me nigger? Student body president. I was like, damn. See where I got the reputation of being the thug at the high school in Phoenix? Okay. John Savage, short little blonde guy, real, comedian and shit. Like David Spade type, And he came up and went up to Gaines and, hey, what's happening, my nigga? And tried to give him the handshake thing. And Anthony just took his fist and hit him right in the sternum. Pow! real hard. It couldn't be Parsons calls you nigga. You Parsons is nigga. They call each other nigga. So I try not to call them nigga in front of other white folks so they don't get their ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm sorry, John. You should have came up and okayed with me. You think it'd be okay if me and Gaines hang out? Well, you have to prove. You have to prove that you ain't doing it just to act a fool. That you respect him, appreciate him. Do you know who Richard Wright is? How about Sojourner Truth? Okay. Langston Hughes? Okay. What kind of books did your mama have in the library, before you can talk to Anthony Gaines and have him be your nigga man? All right. You into Miles Davis? How about St. George Benson? Okay. You can like Chuck Mangione. He's good at jazz. Jazz is jazz, bro. Jazz is jazz, Doom, boom, boom, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Give it all you got, right? Right? Everybody like that song? You should. It's really good. I was listening to Affirmation today. Listen to Class 57. It made me cry. And I'm like, and this Jennifer Lopez program is getting really fucking a pain in the ass. You know that, you motherfuckers? Y'all ain't shit. Military's a bunch of pathetic perverts. And NASA, you're part of the military. Don't say you ain't. Espionage, G.I. Joe, he's part of the plan. He goes and puts his missiles in other people's lands. We're all little boys, and we play with dangerous toys. What you talking about, motherfucker? You go on the road all the time, having sex with all kinds of different women and trying not to get a dick disease and have them sign a waiver saying, hey, you have to get tested for HIV before you dance at my concert, you see? I know how you motherfuckers is. I see things. I see David Rockefeller things. I see Philip Rothschild things. I see things you don't want me to see. I see every confession 10 times infinity. I'm the Messiah. I'm the one the Romans invented into a god. So when David Rockefeller and Philip Rothschild invented the greatest surveillance network for espionage known to man, when everybody's playing to the living spirit of a god, I see shit. I don't want to see that. I always tell everybody that too. My family, Jesus, tell Earl, show Earl. I don't want to see you guys do things in the bedroom you don't tell people you would do at church. I was okay, God damn it. I don't want to see you having sex with the neighbor. I don't want to having sex with a coworker. I don't want to see you getting hit on by the people at the jobs where you work at. I don't want to see it. Shut up, Robin. Right? Don't tell me to see what Jesus sees. Because Rockefeller told me if Jesus was an omniscient God, here's what he'd see from your hypocrite family. Wow, that sucks. All right. And I've told my family this like a gazillion fucking times over. I can't tell you how many times in the last decade I told Dad, if this family judges me and doesn't believe in me, they better be able to walk on water and walk up to dead people with their bare hands and make them, I'm alive! I'm Robin Williams, I'm back! Hey, here's Johnny Carson, right? With Groucho Marx and Ed Sullivan. We got a really big show here, right? It's the Clone Factory! And so I tried to tell my family, do you know how the Rockefeller Foundation works? Do you know how NASA is run, massa? Do you know how DARPA and the NSA function? Oh, if you don't, then don't pray to Jesus to show Earl anything that makes you better than Earl. I will kick your ass so fucking hard, your entire ancestry will be stuttering the rest of I work at fast food. Why'd your kid die in a car accident? Because the government wanted them dead to psychologically fuck with your head while I worked there. Okay? So if you guys didn't hire me, your son wouldn't have died. Everybody dies. And it'd be real easy to kill somebody in your family to keep you doing stupid things for money. They do it all the time. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't pray to Jesus with Rockefeller's surveillance equipment and the joke in your fucking hand, asshole. I don't hurt anybody's feelings. I remember old Ruby with the thing with Chris about his daughter with the TV falling on it. And all I got from the people at the fort was, he's so excited because now he doesn't have to pay child support. He doesn't say it, but he thinks it a lot. He saw the girl twice, and she was being raised by a bitch that he didn't like, that took a lot of his money. Wow. Welcome to the 21st century and David Rockefeller's imagination, replacing your heaven and your hell with his hell. And if you want to get into heaven, you're going to have to kill yourself to get there. Okay? Because it ain't ever going to happen on planet Earth. Because no one's going to live the Lord's Prayer and no one's going to help Parsons a lick. Okay, well, it'll happen on planet Earth because I'm fixing the technology and I'm your God. Okay? Boom, there you go. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm putting the cooler on the stand. Fazzo, the Marines are watching, which I have to do again here in a month. Yeah. I got to get the big green ladder, flip it on its other side, tie the nylon rope around the big air conditioning unit that I got to buy from Home Depot or Lowe's, probably Lowe's because it's just down the street, and then pull it up there and then position it up in there into place and set it up in there into place and then configure the old stand to hold the new cooler, which we'll measure in that. Then we're going to have to turn off the things at this box there, take all the electrical wiring off the old unit, which we have to slide down on the, I'll probably just throw it down that thing so rotted out. So toss it down off the roof. Then turn off the electrical, the electrical unit off, rewire it, put in the pads, replumb it, which shouldn't be too hard at all. Everything's ready to go. So just rewire it, replumb it, hook her up, and get her done. Got her dead. Gotta be old fucking Tim Allen again. Ugh. Hey, somebody sell me a hose. We're a bunch of fucking car driving. Yeah, you're assholes. Yeah. Man, guys, as you look at the natural design given to us on our planet and life of sacrifice on our planet, okay, we're not supposed to think about destroying God, going other places to replace God with our ego, with our great adventuresome explorer spirit. You appreciate the beauty of life through one another eternally here on planet Earth. And when we no longer have planet Earth to do that, you do know life's eternal and grace is infinite, right? What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go along. I got a whiteboard with markers with women smiling saying, hey, money for sex, sex for money. Principal. College game day, Stay Farm. Oh, so I'll go to Dairy. You work for Dairy Queen? You don't have to. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace. Make your food at home. We'll make sure you have good, suitable storages in close proximity and in your house, that you'll manage your food and resources better than a Jack Mormon. Jimmy Jack Mormon, and I don't care. Okay, Jimmy Johns. Oh, sorry. Damn those Jimmy Johns. It's Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Okay, give yourself a break today. Live up to the Lord's Prayer every day, or shut the fuck up and get off TV. Okay? Hey. I got your Fasugana heel right here. Good job with Achilles, that Achilles guy. Okay. You satyrs. So you're assholes. You're just a big group of just assholes. Making commercials and laughing about dysfunction through economics. For Snickers, well, we can use chocolate and stuff and have chocolate treats, make our own. So I don't have to buy their bullshit or their commercials. All right? So I'm not going to ask what it's like being a complete fucking asshole because I was born and raised in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I have better than a idea. Okay. Okay. So, man. Oh, wow. Perry Clark was head coach at Tulane for 11 years there. I knew he was coaching somewhere else before he coached Rio Grande Valley, but yeah, I kind of remember. I kind of recall that. But 89 to 2000, that was me from Patrick to Noah, you know. Patrick was born in 1991. Noah was born in 2000, yeah. So I was, 89 is when I joined the Air Force. And from then, so, I would watch Sports Center occasionally and stuff. But I was too busy BRLFQ and spelling mom and dad. I ate too bad because, I have priorities, children, wives, children, yeah. I have priorities. My life was screwed up by people without priorities. My life is still screwed up by people without priorities. But fortunately for all of us and for myself, I happen to be God. Our Lord is God. Okay, all you Jack Hebrews. Okay, all you Benjamin Netanyahus and Bobby Schulers. Bobby Schuler, I can't tell you. I can't tell you if they're bought in and just excited about making the money and having access to people sexually through economic manipulation. Jim Baker, Tammy Faye. I can't tell you, who's what, if they're how bought in they are, how bought in they are to the genocidal operations. I did have people tell me in Sierra Vista that they set people up for genocide operations with a lot of the technological equipment that they share and hand out and stuff at their rallies and shit, like with old Yusef, who gives, tells you the scriptures in your language in your house. That's a monitoring device to see if they're fulfilling their business obligations and if they're using the ministry to do illegal, quote, things like not live the Lord's Prayer. Yeah, that too. And then they set them up for genocide operations and they're cleaning up the bad people of the world and they're doing God's work. They're like avenging Michael, the avenging angel. Michael Yusuf. Oh, wow, it makes sense. What an egomaniac dumb shit. Wow. I tell you, beloved, I am one stupid fucking man. And now I got caught with my back filled in motion and David Rockefeller hated me and I understand completely fucking why he does. Okay. Oh, go to Walgreens and get your drugs. Oh. The fact that we're still having these ridiculous Mando, ain't nothing wrong with smelling like a human being. Okay. If you have to smell like chemicals, okay, your bathroom smells great. Okay, it's where people shit. So you're gonna have chemicals in there that cause cancer, so it's harder to shit, but at least your bathroom smells great. Right. It's a bathroom, If lots of people are shitting in it, it's going to smell like shit. Not as bad as an outhouse. No, not as bad as an outhouse. Okay. But if you have family members like Jeff Father or his uncles, I would not go in there. You know what I mean? Listen. Okay. How about a scented candle? The scented candles have chemicals in them too. The thing to do is get a fan, one of those fans, those ceiling fan things. Turn on the fan, and wait, about 5 minutes after Jeff Foxworthy's his uncle done, evacuated his bowels in that their bathroom. And maybe have, maybe 2 bathrooms in a house. One for the people that don't get the gag reflex from the stank, and the other for the ones that do. And then you have them wait, it's okay, you have to hold it because Uncle Stewie was in there and you know how his shit is. Okay. Well, here's a bowl and just sit down and shit and puke at the same time. Everybody's done that. Yeah, we have. Okay. All right, guys. This is the answer to your cancer treatment. If you don't like it, fuck ESPN. Okay, guys. I love you, all right? Peace out. Even if I am right, you'll still argue with me. He's on Fox. Who gives a fuck? They're all the same. It's like Star Trek, Star Wars. There is no difference. All right, peace.